the very day this game got leaked, I knew I would love it. Now, I'm not a big fan of gacha games unless it's based on something I like. Think Colorful Stage, Cookie Run, and Dragon Ball Legends. So Sega turning a game I sorta like into a gacha game, you know, fuck it had my attention. I've waited too long to finally play this, so here it is. Persona 5 The Phantom X. Oh my god, I'm goading! Weirdest thing about this game is that it has the code open taken straight from Persona 5. So we're in Sai's Palace and we're playing as Joker. Hopefully it's explained later. It's kind of weird. It's mostly the same until after the first enemy encounter where a hooded figure attacks Joker. And it's no other than Wonder. We just fought Joker. We fucking shot him in the head. And then the scene ends. We wake up and it's like some sort of dream. Which is weird. Why is Wonder dreaming about that? Whatever. Wonder gets out of bed. He wakes up, he gets out there. And the intro plays. And it's fucking peak. I think I just let it play, dude.
Walking the dust off. Is that what you do? Is that all you're made of? Whatever ain't right, prove it on yourself. Revisit your act, return to parallel. Living on a timeline, then there's time back, gold up and dread. Instead of being bitter, back up, go grab your key.
We head to school and we get to input our name during class introduction. Now, originally, I went with the canon name for fucking Wonder because I'm unoriginal. But then I decided to change it to Manon because I love Manon from Cat's Eye. She's the go. Look at her. Look how pretty she is. Anyways, after that, we immediately get like a Velvet Room scene. And we're introduced to Igor Moreau. He talks about desires. I really don't give a shit. And something I like to know is that, like, these are just not common in this game. We don't get Velvet Room scenes a lot. So you think I should care about them, but not really. Honestly, I don't really care for Velvet Room scenes to begin with, because I just feel like annoying foreshadowing, and I don't like it that much. That's why I kind of like 1 and 2 more, because they don't have that shit. You just play the fucking game! Whatever, we're soon released from our fucking captivity. We get transported back to the real world, or where we ever going? I still don't know how Velvet Rooms work, bruh. And we have to pass our paper to the cool girl in front of us. Wow, she looks sporty, dude. Exiting the classroom, we hear about this like YouTube channel, which is trying to give divine justice by exposing menaces. Very weird. Speaking of justice, we get to talk about our views about justice with this Teramura girl. I don't know. The female students like glaze her to death, so I don't know. She must be important. She also has a portrait. And as we leave school, we catch an owl mumbling about our desires being stolen. News to me, buddy. And this weird girl walking past us as we head out. And she like has her dogs out. I sure wonder where she's going looking like that. like wonder. Like or something. We make it to the train station as we see something odd on top of a building. Holy fucking shit! It's the girl with her dogs out. Please don't jump. Oh, damn. She really jumped and, like, nobody gave a fuck. Except for that, like, fucking weird owl thing. We board the train, and a weird app appears on our phone. And we know what we all do when you see a foreign app on our phone. We just delete it, and we don't question it, bruh. After that slight hiccup, the fucking bird that I hate just starts yapping at us. Birds don't talk. What are you on about? And then while this bird is talking to me, this fucking biker heads straight towards me on a train. Why are you on a train? I guess we panicked and we pressed the button. We pressed the app, dude. I thought I deleted it. And it transported us to a new world or something. Oh my god, bro. This is so stupid. Entering the new world. Some fucking weird-ass animals in front of us. Wait, guys, that sounds like the fucking bird that I hate. It's the fucking bird that I hate. He explains that we're in the metaverse, the collective unconscious. As people's hopes dissipate, this world turns even more twisted and wicked, dude. I'm scared. This game does something I wish P5 did, in that it better explains the metaverse in less time and before palaces, ultimately putting a greater emphasis on Mementos itself. I'll go further into this as we go into the video. Like, Mementos is just so much better in this game in comparison to P5, which just like is horrible, and it has like one of the worst plot twists ever in video gaming. But let's get back to whatever Lufel was talking about. Lufel talks about how our desires have been stolen, and he will show us how we'll get them back. Very weird. And after telling us that, we just kind of like run away, like we were hiding in like a little bus stop, and now we're gone. We're trying to leave Mementos, I guess. As we try to flee, he starts talking about like the hopes of humanity and how we can feel it. We have this like burning desire inside of us, which is something that P5 doesn't really talk about. You know, like good desires and not just the bad ones. Lufel explains that when a person loses all desires, they try to take themselves out, which is what we saw the girl by the train station doing. While Lufel exposits more and more about this universe, these black beings swarm us. They're called shadows, and they're trying to kill us. Oh no! Lufel commands us to run as he springs into action. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. As we try to run, we get jumped by fucking two of these big dark creatures. As they choke us out, we enter some type of like water realm where like voices start talking to us. One of them asks us if this is where we want our story to end, but we decline. Proclaim to reclaim what is ours. Whatever that experience was granted us intense power. We snap back to reality and push away the shadows with our aura. We awaken to our persona, Yanosik. I'm sorry, I'm such a nerd, but I fucking love pronouncing his name. It's such a unique persona name, it's really cool. Anyways, and with that, we have harnessed the power to fight against shadows. Such a stupid little... Of course, this fight is a cakewalk. It seems Lufel did help us reclaim our hopes and desires. A little chit-chat after that. We try our best to head back to the real world, and we head up to the upper floor of Mementos. Here, a being of pure stolen desire spawns right in front of us, and we get into a fight. This fight doesn't take too long. We kind of beat it dead, allowing us to escape into the real world. In the real world, it is revealed Lufel is, in fact, that owl from before. He waffles about cognition and how he can transform, yada yada. If you play Persona 5, yeah, it's the same way Morgana transforms. And with that, it's kind of the end of the prologue. We decided to go our separate ways, and the prologue ends. Holy shit, it's pretty fun. I'll be real, this is one of my favorite Persona introductions ever. It's short, sweet, to the point. Sure, it does take a lot from P5, but it's a P5 sequel, spinoff, alternate universe thingy. Of course it's going to do that. The writing team clearly took what worked in P5's intro and what didn't work and spruced the good things up for P5X. The effort is greatly appreciated, but enough about this intro and whatever the fuck we just did. It doesn't matter. You know what really fucking matters for this video? The first palace, bro. Kuichi Stopway Swammer. I'm keeping that in. That's fucking stupid as hell. From here on out, the video will be a bit less about the story and more of like my excerpts from when I was playing the game, so bear with me a bit. Now the first chapter starts right where the prologue left off, with us heading to school the next day. This is our proper introduction to Motoha. We get to learn more about herself, and especially her past interest in baseballs, as well as having another interaction with Tanimura. Yeah, I like her. I think she's cool. After school, we head to Shibuya to finally see our first target, Takeyuki Kikuchi. He's one of these 7 menaces that we have to take down. Apparently, he gets his kicks from like tackling women in the subway. Honestly, I think he's a good introductory villain for like the main themes in this game, and that's really cool. So far, it feels like P5X villains are going for this more everyday type of person, which I think P5 was just missing. Kamoshida and Futaba are the close examples, like, but at the end of the day, they're still kind of larger than life. Like, Kamoshida's an ex-volleyball player turned to a groomer teacher, and Futaba's like this hacker girl. She wanna be somber so bad, bro. The villains of P5X are like people who genuinely could steal your heart. Like in real life, bro. That's so hard to articulate, but I'll try my best. Enough of that, back to the story. We and Lufel figure out his shadow has gone like haywire, so we must venture into Mementos. And as soon as we get into Mementos, we establish code names, and we get ambushed. But we're saved by somebody. Oh my god, it's the dude from Overwatch. That was horrible, right? Yeah, this is where the gacha system is introduced. Rope explains us the ropes and we get into summoning. What's kind of weird is that, like, even though it shows Joker in the cutscene isn't summonable, I thought he'd be like a free summon, but no, he's a limited time character. Whatever, I got him eventually. We get back from the Velvet Room and Lufel does the Persona standard, "Whoa, dude, you spaced out for a bit." That fucking bird that I hate. The bird transforms into a car and we start our journey through Mementos. It isn't long until we get the Phantom Idol fight tutorial. Like, I guess after the gacha system shows me how to summon, it showed me how to fight. But after that, it weirdly jump cuts to Motoha, and Tomoko chatting it up. And they seem to be talking about me. I guess my aura is simply too enticing. It's revealed the Subway Slammer is spying on them and seems to know Motoha. Guys, I'm getting scared, bro. Why is he look like that, bro? Whatever. Back in Mementos, we finally find Kikuchi's palace. Unlike P5, there's no like code word mumbo jumbo. The palaces are like pocket worlds within Mementos, which I honestly prefer. It makes the game universe more consistent, and it makes sense lore-wise, which I'll like get into. So we know that Mementos is the Sea of Souls, right? That means the fact that these palaces are in Mementos, it means they twisted the cognition of themselves to the general public. But I do get how that is different from Persona 5 palaces and why I honestly shouldn't be comparing them. I'll take responsibility for that. The thing is, I'm a little dickhead and I don't care. Because Shido's palace, where his worldview is so fucked up that he thinks he's on the fucking ark from the Bible, is crazy. Maruki chasing the entire world is crazy. I agree with that, but I do think it is really cool, and I find the idea of twisting the way people perceive you is so crazy, and twisting that so much that you become a villain in their eyes is so fucking genius. I am sorry. I know they had their limitations of like trying to appeal to a Chinese market without critiquing society too much, but they just did it good. I'm sorry with the glaze. We have got to get back to the topic at hand. Looking at his palace, it seems to be a huge baseball stadium. I don't know, maybe this will come back in the plot somehow. We managed to get inside using a grappling hook, and it's like kind of lame compared to how he used the grappling hook in P5R. As soon as we get inside, we immediately leave to make infiltration tools. Okay, so I'm at a crossroads where I think this is super fucking lame or also really cool. Because like, that's just logic. You should go in, assess the situation, and make plans accordingly. But it's still fucking weird that they even did that. Why didn't you just make tools before that? Anyways, we leave Mementos, and as we try to find a workbench, our hot neighbor tells us we can get a secondhand workbench in Yogen Jaya. I just want to say, I fucking love the older women in this game. It is so refreshing. I am a grown-ass man. I don't want to be talking to these little girls. And the designs they have for these fucking women, ooh, they perfect. Even like the upper class men. They look way better than the fucking little girls, bruh. Leave me alone, bruh. I hope this makes the people who make this game realize people just want more older women in these games, because like we getting too grown for this, Atlas. Please. Anyways, we immediately do as she says, and after copping the workbench, it cuts to Motoha and Tomoko chatting it up yet again. They are celebrating the fact that Tomoko got scouted for baseball. I hope nothing happens to these girls. They're such cuties. We get to see their chemistry a little bit more. Motoha's speaking about her past a tiny bit more. And again, that stupid ass YouTube channel. Something about a menace being exposed tomorrow. But Motoha doesn't care, so I don't fucking care. The scene moves to the subway where we cross paths with these girls. Motoha makes the worst fucking excuse ever to leave Moko alone with us, which would kind of be interesting if she didn't just fucking talk about Motoha the entire fucking time. Holy shit, are they girlfriends? Are they dating? I'm so confused. And like, it doesn't even fucking matter because Motoha was listening the whole time. Were you fucking listening in case she had feelings for you too? Because I think they're there, and I think you guys should just fucking kiss already. After whatever that was, we part ways, and we reach rank 2 with Lufel allowing us to craft items. The next day, we and Lufel head to school, but a cutscene starts. I'm just letting it play.
通信ネットニュース出てる。ファントム公式認定ぶつかり男。モトハ。木内。モトハ。
わざとじゃないよ。わざとじゃ。あ、ちょ。
Dude, did you? I'm trying to be serious. Like I hope she's okay. But did you see the fucking airtime? Shit. And of course the police do nothing. Motoha pushes aside after all that. And Soda reveals her past with Kuichi, and turns out he's an ex-baseball player and she used to be a fan of him. Ew. He's over here body blocking women and tackling them with an athlete's body, bro. Even with all that happening, it's Japan, so we still gotta go to school. My academics await. We have lunch with Motoha when we straight up just tell her that we are the Phantom Thieves, but like, she declines joining in at first because it is a bit dangerous for both sides, so it's understandable. When school ends, we head straight to the train station where like an altercation, I guess you could call it that, happens between Kikuchi and Motoha. He gloats about how much power he has in the subway, how Motoha ruined his life, and how he can do anything he wants to and slam whoever he wants. We, being the fine, awesome gentlemen we are, stop him from slamming Motoha before he vanishes like a horror movie villain. You know, like how like two cars pass and they're like across the street and then they disappear. He literally fucking does that. Yeah, this is where his like fucking character takes a nosedive. He has a little bit, like tiny bit peaks, but yeah, this is where they fucking ruin his character for whatever reason. And yeah, after that, we're definitely going to his palace. This nigga's weird. He's straight up fucking kooky, bro. Making it through the start of the palace is easy. It isn't long before we meet up with Motoha, who accidentally entered the metaverse. Oh, wow. I totally didn't see this coming. We end up falling into a trap and fall into a mysterious room. This room holds a TV which broadcasts Kikuchi's past. His downfall begins when Motoha catches his super duper all-star pitch. Like, it's a super dumb reason, but it also has to do with how he processes it. Of course, he acts like a bitch about it instead of being a good sport. He's like literally crying in the clip for whatever reason instead of being like, hey, little girl, you're kind of good at baseball. I guess that clip was so embarrassing that Kikuchi got his men to steal Motoha away from us. Like he left me and Lufel there or whatever. A little bit of sleuthing, we get to the room Kikuchi took Motoha to. As we arrive, Kikuchi's torturing her for like a baseball machine. You know the ones that be like throwing baseballs like automatically? He was doing that all while insulting her. She begins to break down after being beaten and berated. Not before we give her the motivation to defy Kikuchi, setting her heart ablaze. With like one sentence, but whatever. She overflows with power as she awakens to her persona, which I forgot the name of. Like usual, new persona user, new boss fight. This one's extreme light work. I don't remember what it was. And we like get back to reality. And with that, Motoha finally joins the Phantom Thieves, and she teaches us about weapons, unlocking the gacha system for weapons. Honestly, I don't fucking care. I only got Quard's weapon and Makoto's like purple weapon, I think it is. That little knife hands, and that's fucking it. I don't care about this shit. Anyways, this opens the game fully, so you can do whatever you want. The first thing I decided to do was Mementos, baby. Holy fucking shit, they made Mementos playable. There's mini bosses, mimics, big bosses, alternative paths, these cool enemies you can chase around the map. All these features culminate into a pretty fun gameplay experience. I went from the first to fourth floor just having the time of my fucking life before I was stopped by Mementos progression system. The story, palace treasures, and Mementos floor tickets. The tickets can be collected on the ground. Fighting and defeating mini bosses also grants these tickets. These tickets can be used to open up alternate paths within Mementos floors. They aren't necessarily required, but they help with leveling up and you get a lot of resources. So I suggest you fucking do them. The tickets are also submitted at fairs, and the tickets add up to a total level, with each new level granting you even more fucking goodies. Like, literally, just do this. Please do this. If you're gonna fucking play P5X, Mementos is just fucking fun, dude. I am telling you, I am having fun. And like, sometimes the story does block your progression in Mementos, but it only really happens with the first and third palace. I don't remember it happening with the second one, but that's whatever. And finally, obtaining each treasure's palace. Treasure's palace? Bro, I'm keeping that in. Obtaining each palace's treasure allows you to venture further into Mementos. Mementos is truly undungeoning in this game, and it's a breath of fresh air compared to Persona's procedurally generated dungeons. I'm just sick of them. If Persona 6 has these, I'm actually going to be pissed off. It needs to be like this. This is actually fun, a smile on my face, enjoyable. While we are talking about Mementos, let's just get into like the turn-based gameplay, and that'll be the only gameplay I'm discussing. I will talk about palace sleuthing in a little bit, but like, I don't really care about that, and I don't think you guys care about the slice of life shit. So yeah, straight to the easy to play and hard to master turn-based combat of P5X. Oh my god, this is like halfway through the video. Please, you got to. I'm being trapped in like a cellar. You have to hype the video up. You gotta do it now. You already made it this far. Please. If Persona 6 doesn't have anything from this combat system, like not even one thing, I'm dead ass not getting it. Anyways, it's pretty good all things considered. I'm personally playing on an iPhone 15. I live in the middle of nowhere, and my Wi-Fi is like decent. And it runs pretty smooth all things considered. The overworld stuff is pretty chill. I already said I'm not going to talk about that. I want to focus on this fucking combat system because it might be the fucking peak of Persona 5's combat system. It's just so damn good, dude. To start, there's about 4 roles in this game, bro. At least the roles I care about. I know there's a lot more, but these 4 are like the ones you just have to care about. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. There was sustain, buffer, Navi, and DPS. That's all you need to know, in my opinion. And it's important to have a balance of all 4 of these roles, or else you're gonna get your butt handed to you. Now, I personally run Makoto, Vino/Cord, Minami, and Okion? I forget how to pronounce her name, but yeah, the Garu Navi, she's awesome. And Wonder himself is okay, I guess. You can only have up to 3 personas. You start with 2, you get to level 30, and you get a 3rd slot. It's not necessarily a problem because your personas can be very busted at the time of recording and the time of the OG script. Mine are fucking busted. I just got mine to a decent fucking level. It's kind of tragic for fucking Wonder, in my opinion. So for now, I just have him as like a crit sustain or a crit debuffer. Yeah, it's kind of a struggle. If you played any Persona game, the combat is easy to understand. 4 party members, a navigator, 1 Morris, extra turns, and an ultimate. In this game, they are called highlights. They are basically like theurgies in Persona 3 Reload. Where P5X differs from P5R is the amount of information it shows you in battle. It is fucking crazy, a bit overwhelming, but like when you get into the gameplay like I've been getting into, it is so fucking helpful. Like you get to see like your debuffs, your buffs, enemy debuffs, their buffs, like, and it tells you, it's like big boxes of fucking text, and you're like, Michael, that's intimidating. Okay, but it's like so helpful in strategy and shit. Like, oh my god, I wish Persona 6 has shit like this. I don't care, it's for the nerds like me. It's like mostly icons, but you can go into like the insight, I think it's called, and then you can see all that shit. So don't make it necessary for the game, but like make it an option. I would fucking love this shit. I'm sorry, I'm a fucking nerd. The baton pass has been severely simplified in this game. So when you pass the baton to a party member, no second turn. They just do a simple elemental ability. Now, this is actually kind of a good thing, because in P5R, I feel like you have too many fucking second turns as is in that fucking game. And do not get me fucking started on some of the bosses. If you are good at baton passes, you do not give them a fucking fighting chance. If you're good at Persona 5 Royal, Okumura is a cakewalk. You get annoyed. You get annoyed when people complain about Okumura, because that's one of the easiest bosses in the damn game. It's just, hey, do you know game mechanics? Oh, you do. You win. Some idols have these stackable abilities, but there might be a term for them. I call them sub-abilities. Yeah, they're pretty weird. I'll try to explain them. On sub-ability is La Vie en Rose, which is gained by dealing fire damage. It stacks until 4, then it can be used to amp up her main skills, giving them bonus effects, like extra burns for turns, or just like way more fire damage. Yeah, I had to re-record this, yay. Yay! Because I got information wrong. On is like the best 5-star by far in the standard banner. Please pull her. If you don't pull her, you're stupid and you're dumb and I don't like you. But Morgana is a decent second option if you want another healer. As in Lufel, even though Lufel's a really good healer. Anyways, shooting your gun is a bit weird in this game. Like you have to like tap the screen for every bullet instead of holding it down. Please add that feature as like a thing, P5X team, if you're watching this, which you're not, but if you are, can you give me every future 5-star banner character for free, please? P5X's combat system is truly one of the best in all of Persona and adapts the system of P5R, almost said X, gracefully onto mobile platforms. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Well, enough beating around the bush. Now we can fully explore Kuichi's palace. I hope it's not dog shit. You know, this is actually really fun for a first palace. One negative about this palace is these very dumb baseball turrets that are everywhere at the beginning. And they weren't hard to deal with. They kept hitting me, okay? And I didn't like that. So this palace, it works like FNAF Security Breach, where there's different tiers of like security and shit. I know other games do that, but like, I saw the security badge and I'm like, that's Freddy Fazbear. Knowing Kikuchi's egotistical ass, of course they are baseball cards of him for his like little fan base. Like he had any. Who would be a fucking fan of this loser, dude? Anyways, I want to emphasize that this is a beginner palace, because these puzzles are stupidly easy. Not one of them ever hurted my brain. They're just kind of dumb. Move these boxes over there. Follow this pattern. You know, it's just mind-numbing, but it's kind of entertaining because you still got the awesome aesthetic of the baseball stadium. So, can't be too mad at it. I like the big booby shadows. They're cute. And luckily, this isn't a sign of the rest of the palaces in this game because, oh my god, the second palace is fantastic. The third one, I didn't know a dam could look cool. They made a dam look cool. There's like a few amount of rooms throughout the palace that broadcast Kikuchi's downfall. We already saw the first one, and now we're going to look at the second one. If you played P5R, it's very similar to those exposition rooms from Maruki's Palace. Unlike Maruki's Palace, I think it actually worked way better here because it's not only showing us the exposition, but it's getting emotion out of Motoha and it's forcing her to come out of her comfort zone and realize this is the nigga she used to be a fan of. In the second broadcast, it revealed that Kikuchi's a fucking womanizer and he would harass hostess at clubs, which is weird because he's a fucking professional athlete. I think they would be flocking to him. And he did this weird shit even while being fucking interviewed. The interviewers, seeing that he's a total loser, do the right thing and publicize what they fucking saw, and the scene ends. This one isn't much at first, but they're gonna add up if we keep experiencing them, you know? We acquired the A rank for the Kikuchi fan base, which, why didn't I talk about getting the rest of them? I didn't want to bore you. It's kind of simple. You randomly find them, or you go to a control room and you find them. It doesn't take much more sleuthing before we get to the last broadcast room. Turns out those interviewers did a number on Kikuchi's career, being the nail in the goddamn coffin when that story got publicized. His manager decided the only way he could live a decent life is if he gave up baseball and worked an office job. Kikuchi falls to his knees crying, realizing his womanizing days are over. He blames everything. I want to emphasize everything on women, which is crazy to me, but go off, King. He vows to get his revenge on women someday. And the broadcast ends. Lord help me. See, this is where his character like peaks again, because that's really funny to me, but let's see if it peaks again. Motoha truly realizes the downfall Kikuchi had nothing to do with her, but it's just fault of his own. Apparently even the tabloids try to blame her for his downfall, which is insane. So she basically got ostracized and gave up her entire dream and possible career for no reason. She's now determined to beat Kikuchi's ass even more, you know, because he pushed her girlfriend and she almost died, I guess. I don't know if that's her girlfriend. I don't know. They're really weird about each other. After that scene, we find the treasure room and Lufel informs us that we have to make the treasure materialize. How will we do that, dude? We plan to steal a calling card. But before we do, we go check up on Moko to make sure she's okay with the plan without like mentioning personas and stuff. Only to find out Tomoko's will has been fully drained from her, giving Motoha even more motivation to kick Kikuchi's ass. Side note, the characters talk a lot more about like potential death in this game than P5X, which makes way more sense considering not even just Kikuchi, but all the bosses. Like, a misogynist causing like mayhem in the subway, or like a pedophile groomer. Which one do you care less about dying? Misogyny's still bad. It's just like, I need that pedophile dead. And after that, we decide to go straight back to the subway. We decide to make the calling cards there. And we decide to send the calling cards on the same fucking night. The P5X fan feast wastes no fucking time, and we are straight to throwing hands. Let's get into the boss fight, bruh. This boss is actually pretty challenging. Not really. It's just I didn't have the right team. And I was really stupid and just wanted to care about the combat because I was a dumb little baby. So I lost my first attempt, but we run it back a second time. Unfortunately, I lost 2/3 of the boss fight, but it's pretty simple. It starts like Kuichi with his simple shadow form, you know, his little pink guy. That's pretty easy. Single target spells, he goes down. He then transforms to this monstrous Cupid form, which I think is a really cool design. It's like Kamoshida's shadow design if it was good. And from there, that phase is also pretty easy. You take him down. Then he summons 2 big titty cheerleaders to help him and buff him. They get taken down pretty fucking easily as well. They have very exploitable weaknesses. Kuichi does bring them back one more time, but after that, the second time, a cutscene happens and Motoha leaves to take the treasure. This half of the OG fight is what I have left. Again, it's pretty simple. He's all alone now, no more cheerleaders. It's essentially the first phase but souped up. As you can see from my footage, I struggled a bit finishing with only fucking 2 party members. Yeah, I said I sucked. I fucking sucked. When the phase is finished, another cutscene plays and Motoha jumps back into the fight to finish Kuichi off for good. Dude, the end of this boss, I'm sorry, I never thought I'd say this in like an ironic context, but it was so freaking tough, dude. Oh my god. Motoha stealing the treasure and then like throwing it right back at Kuichi is so good, and I think it's a really good climax for both of their characters. It's like some shit no party member in P5 would ever do. Like I never seen them, I don't remember them doing something like actually cool. Wait, I'm actually thinking this is off script. Maybe Makoto and her bike, but like that's cheating because like bikes are raw as is, okay? Okay, anyways, with Shadow Kuichi defeated, we return to the real world, seeing him arrested and ensuring we saved the day, bro. Wow, that prologue was actually really impressive. It just became one of my favorites in the series, right next to Persona 2's prologue. Both of the Persona 2's. Really good. However, that first arc is a bit fucking lacking. Sometimes it's downright atrocious. Again, him vanishing like a fucking supervillain. Weird. But I wouldn't say it's bad, but I'm not saying it's really good either because the writer did get fired for that. So, even with that in mind, it's still solid in my opinion. Some say it's watered down Kamoshida. I think it's Kamoshida but better, honestly. They call him out for the things he actually did bad. Everything he did bad. Unlike Kamoshida, where they just call him a creep. Not a pedophile. Not a misogynist. Not a womanizer. Not a groomer. Like, none of those words were said. Fucking weird. I have always and probably forever find it weird how much they dodge shit like that in P5 in general. So I'm glad this game had the balls to actually address it. Then again, this is the knockdown pose of a character that's been through sexual trauma. So maybe they didn't do that because the call is probably coming from inside the house. Speaking of characters, oh my god, are these characters so fun. I think the introduction to all the fan thieves and the school friends are done pretty fucking well. They all feel human, and even hanging out with them feels more chill than like hanging out with like a P5 social link, if I'm being honest. Like, probably because they have a whopping 20 ranks on top of these events that come out like every single month where you literally hang out with these people. You learn about the past. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I did not get to get to this arc or this character, but like Tanimura, bro. My favorite Persona 5 character, period. She's literally Haru and Makoto, but good. I'm sorry, nigga. And I used to be a Haru fan for years. Tanimura is just a better version of Haru. Let's have that hands down. And her events where you genuinely get to hang out with her and learn about her character, oh my god, they're so good. I just need to stop, bro. And with the villains, I do love how they're more down to earth. Like I said in the first half, I should have said it down here, honestly. And I like how they're going for the more optimistic route with the characters. All the villains can be redeemed if you really think about it. And if you see my P4R video, I'm the optimistic type. Yes, I made that video after watching Superman. I love hope. Keep on hoping, dude. But other people's reactions to this arc will always be understandable to me. He is very goofy and unserious, and I think Persona fans like all these mean and serious villains, but I don't mind them, you know? I think Persona actually needs more of those villains. All in all, this single palace has fueled me with hope, not only for P5X, but Persona in general. Hell, even Alice in general. Persona 3 Reload worried me a bit, but playing this game has my spirits high once again. Originally, this video was gonna go over like side quests, but I just couldn't, man. This is supposed to come out a month ago, and it's an end of another month, so it's probably gonna come out in October, which I really hope I can get editing done by then. But shit, I'm sorry. I'm like actually sorry. I take accountability for that. And this video probably won't have captures on it either, and I really like having captures on my videos. It makes like the screen, it makes you want to look more, in my opinion, but I don't know. But with all that, thank you for watching. I don't know, like and subscribe, dude. I need to say that more. I might like actually randomly flash on screen and like and subscribe throughout the video. No, it's so corny though, but like everybody does it. It's the meta, whatever. You know what? Cue my outro. Some Jersey Club. I hope I got play of the game, dude.